spending just over $11,000 on their fleet of vans and other contracts. Warren County tops the list at just over $1 million spent on their fleet of vehicles and personalized transportation, while Hamilton County sits at the bottom, spending just $538 last year on bus passes, according to their own reporting.
Other counties that don't spend as much money, for whatever reason, they don't, and that's their choice. But I want to maximize the effort that we can do for our veterans.
I wanted to know how much of your tax dollars each county spends, so I took a look at their budgets, and it was clear that not every Veterans Service office gets to play in the same pool of money. But the numbers show that those with less appear to be doing more for veterans than Hamilton County. For example, Clermont County spent just over $2 million in 2022 to run their entire operation, while Hamilton County, who serves more than 3 times the number of veterans, spent just over $930,000.
Could you have done everything that you do in your mission? Could you do that with $930,000?
I don't think so.
Farmer says Butler County's VSO spent just shy of $1.9 million on their operations, serving the second highest number of veterans within the 8 counties.
Even with the staff that I'm fortunate enough to have, sometimes our wait times for appointments are 4 to 6 weeks, which is why we have budgeted for another county veteran service officer in our budget.
That would bring their total to 12 people. For comparison, Hamilton County, who again has the highest number of veterans with more than 41,000, has a total of 6 people in the office.
Could you do what you're doing here in Butler County with just 6 people?
I'll be honest with you, there's no way we could do it.
And regarding their transportation program,
we have found it best to contract those services out. And they provide door-to-door transportation.
They spent over $250,000 transporting more than 2,200 veterans.
I reached out 4 different times to the Hamilton County VSO's office to speak to the executive director, William Betcher, who's been there since 1991. I wanted to talk about their overall operations and what they offer veterans. His administrative assistant called me back, left me a voicemail, and told me he didn't have time to talk, and instead referred me to their website.
Eventually, the Hamilton County Veterans Service Commission president, Bob Brewster, who oversees operations, agreed to sit down with no cameras. A final phone call also didn't result in any further insight into their operations.
Why wouldn't you see a benefit to your veterans to sit down and talk about the operations and what you offer?
Hamilton County received $7 million to spend on veteran services last year and only used a little over $930,000. That's 18% of their allocated funding. It ranks at the very bottom compared to how much other counties in our area currently spend. William Betcher's own annual reports show over the past 5 years, they've given over $31 million back to Hamilton County's general fund to be used on a wide array of projects instead of spending it on veterans. Information not found on their website.
At this point, you don't see a reason to sit down and have a discussion.
So after that call, I was told the commission would meet to decide whether the executive director should speak with me. In a follow-up email, I was told, unfortunately, he has a medical issue, and with recuperation, it will be after the first of the year before that decision can be made. Ohio Department of Veterans Services. In this investigation, I also requested the data tied to all 88 Ohio County VSOs. We're making all of that information available in the online story on WCPO.com.